for the closed beta stress test. So I'm going out on a whim here. But anyway, I'll let you know what the team's worked on a little bit. So, if you guys remember the, how do you call it? Oh, I've got Coke Zero. There's going to be a trailer for the open beta. And it's going to be shit. Yeah, so you guys remember the crosshair editor, right? So it got upgraded. So now, when you edit your layer, you can edit everything individually. So if you just want to extend top and bottom, you can see that didn't work. Top and bottom. Yeah. So you can have like full control now over your crosshair. And you can like, yeah, it's pretty amazing. You can rotate it as well. So you can pretty much build whatever. I think Raven built Pac-Man. And every time he hits, it closes its mouth. So you can build a lot of stuff. And we did keep some of the original things here just for you to do whatever. Yeah, so it's really good. It's like, our new programmer, if you can call him that. He doesn't get paid all the time. Oh, look, he's done copy code now. Does that even work? Copy code. Let me paste you my crosshair. There you go. There's my crosshair, bitches. It's in Twitch chat. Yeah, so you can copy out crosshairs, apparently. Well done, Zoe. We did pay him for 1 month. We haven't paid him for a second month yet. But yeah, so anyway, there you go. So that was cool. We did that. Some of the other things that really delayed us, but I'll show you that we worked on. So this was a bit of a nightmare. So we realized that we were getting way less FPS compared to before. And also a lot of our CPU has been taken up. So this is a new MacGuffin map. And one of the let me just uncap my FPS. Yeah. So, what? It's not even going that high. But anyway, we had a big problem with our HUD, right? Because there's so many elements that get updated very quickly. Like if you shoot the shaft in the bottom right on the right-hand side, and all the all your teammates. So what was happening was in combat on my PC, I was dropping to about 100 FPS in combat. And then we realized it was because GameFace, which we really like, though, is HTML. And the way it was processing everything, it's really good for like most games. But for a game that has so much information on its HUD, and the fact you can build your own HUD, it was like taking up a lot of resources. So Frog wrote his own UI interface. And now in combat, you basically get similar FPS as you would if you're running around by yourself. So we don't lose 100 FPS now. And that was what they spent about 2 weeks on. So a lot of the HUD now is native, not using GameFace. There still are some elements using GameFace off events, just because we can't be asked to replace them right now. But the things like the shaft and the health and armors of your team on the top is, yeah. So him and Noctis ended up 2 weeks writing that and fixing every single element, right? Because every single element is this. This is the HUD editor. So everything up here, you know, most of this is now native. Yes, so that was a thing. So that set us back a little bit on time, actually. So now we're playing catch up. So some of the catch up that we're playing on is just fixing the general bugs across the game modes. This is a new map by Prometheus, by the way. It's very pretty. He's doing collision on it right now. It's called Marina. There's a bug with the shadows that intrude, but we'll fix that. Look, boats. You guys love boats. What a great map. These are the capture points. When you capture, this one opens, and then the MacGuffin stand like hovers here and throws coins in. And this is a furnace. No, this is the well. This is like a wishing well in here when it opens. And then the other side is a furnace. So you can win the games by wishing or burning money, whichever you like to do. It doesn't make any sense, but it's fine. This is how we make games. There's not enough time.
You have the MacGuffin.
I have the MacGuffin. Throw it. Yay. Okay, cool. So what are we catching up on? Yeah, we're catching up on customization. We've got like eggshells coming in, right? Some of these will be available in the battle pass or the shop, etc. And then we've been working a lot on like weapon skins. So some of these won't make it in because they're not high enough quality. Some of them are, like this one's maze. I like the maze ones. This one's maze as well. So, whoa, wait a minute. What happened there? Didn't update. They're working on that now. This is the honeycomb shaft. Yeah, some of them are okay. Some of them need to be better, so we'll work on those. And they're working on a system now that if you join a game and you know it loads your cosmetics, but it loads it in the background so it doesn't lag other players. Yada yada yada. Some techie nerd stuff. So they need to do that. Yeah, and then weapon attachments, you know, bubble heads and stat trackers are on their way and stuff. So we're going to give you like a bunch of eyes and mouths to start with just to get going. And we don't want to paywall everything because that's pretty lame. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick about 100 stickers for your characters behind achievements. So there's going to be an achievements tab that Noctis is desperately trying to get done in time. Here it will be like win 1 game, get sticker, win 10 games, get sticker, you know. And so you have like, this is like the huge kind of battle pass, right, for free. It's like there's 100 things to get just from achievements, and then if we make more achievements we might give you more stuff in the future, right? It's just so that you can populate your account quite quickly even if you don't have a battle pass. But of course the battle pass, it's not done. There's going to be, some of these are free levels anyway. There's just Smitey, different variations of Smitey Blue now. But when you get in, just in the battle pass, there'll be some things for you to get. If you pay for premium, which is cool, you know, then you get something. And I think we're going to stick like 2 shells, 1 melee weapon in here, one of the shields and some other stuff that's cool. So we'll just try and populate this with high quality stuff to force you to give us money. There will be like daily challenges with the battle pass to help you level up, and then we'll see what happens at the end of the season if people are having a hard time finishing the battle pass. Am I okay? No, not okay. To talk about the playlist and some of the things that we've done differently, this is pretty much what we're going to give the new players because we don't want to put too much in because it's overwhelming. So you won't get Gold Rush, you won't get some other things. This is just like easy to play shit, right? I've done some changes to Brawl FFA. Some of you remember Brawl FFA, if you died via a weapon, you would get a weapon. What we're going to do now is you will get a weapon only if you're in the bottom half of the scoreboard. So it's a comeback mechanic in FFA that keeps the weapons down, because otherwise there's just too many people running around with shafts and rocket launchers, right? So if you kill a scrub, they're going to spawn with your weapon. The top 4 players won't get weapons on deaths, right? It's fine. We're going to make Wipeout 5v5 again just to start with, to see how new players experience it, right? I think 4v4 is the sweet spot, but we haven't done Wipeout 2.0, so you have to wait for that. We might change that to 4v4 later, we don't know. We're going to keep 1v1 and 2v2 arena here. The 3v3 team mode is a choice of MacGuffin, TDM, and Wipeout. When you queue, you'll vote. which is cool, and then dual 1v1, right? So most of you will be playing here, I'm assuming. Under practice, we might not get this in closed beta, but we are going to add Shaft Arena and Rocket Arena here. So you can practice Shaft under the practice tab, and also there will be race coming as well, right? But we don't want to overpopulate the quick play and the competitive play. Right, some of the changes we've done in Team Deathmatch, they're not really big changes. I can show you a Team Deathmatch map that you'll play. Custom game. You can still play Weibo Gold Rush via custom servers, by the way. And we'll work on other game modes that can be in here that are fun. So I know in the future we'll probably have to do some sort of freeze tag and CTF with hook shots and all that stuff. But yeah, so TDM, the only big change is because it's 3v3, I need to extend players more around the map and stress them out more. So the weapon respawn times are 25 seconds, just because it helps the out of control team. Give you an example on this map. Got red armor here. Could do a lift jump if you want. Get to Shaft, one of the big weapons of the map. You've got blue armor, and then down here you've got pincer. All right, this is pretty big on the map. So what happens is the team in control can pretty much control this and push out together and control the pincer. And because we're only 3 players, it's hard to defend yourselves always. So what we're doing is we've just put the weapons on 25 seconds, and I think it will help new players, but it doesn't affect competitive play. In fact, it makes it a little bit more fun because there's more opportunities. Yeah, this map is funnily called Icefall Keep, which is the same name as Rocket Arena's map. Not Keep, okay. It's called Icefall something. Just Icefall, yeah. It used to be called Icefall Keep. And then Rocket Arena made a map called Icefall Keep. Yeah, so we're just gonna TDM, no big changes really, but it's a lot of fun. Oh yeah, even though we're going to like stress tests and open beta, the game's, you know, as you know, not finished. So we are like revamping the weapons. So to give you an example, like, you know, that's our sound. Oh yeah, my mic dies. Hello, I'm back. It's fine if it says I'm streaming Quake Live. But my mic seems to be working. Alright, cool. Yeah, so when we get to the stress tests and even open beta, the game's not launched. It's not like a finished product completely. To give you an idea of why that is, it's because it sucks making games. So some of the things that we're still working on is sounds, right? These sounds are done by our team and they're great, but a lot of people's feedback in the community was the sounds of the game weren't that punchy or fun, right? And so we reached out to somebody that's a sound designer that's like worked on the original, I think, like World of Warcraft, Diablo. He's got like 20 years in the industry. So we're contracting him now, and he's helping us do a pass on all our weapons. So he's done like already a pass on the shotgun, which, so, you know, our old shotgun's a bit boring, but this one sounds fucking punchy. So this is someone with 20 years experience helping us replace our weapon sounds, so that you guys have really good quality with sounds. But he's only been able to do a couple passes because he's still very sought after in the industry. I'm surprised he's even working with us. so he finds time when he can, and so he's going to be doing a pass on our sounds in terms of weapons and movement sounds. So stuff that you hear won't be final, right? But it's really nice to have somebody with like such experience join, the team. Because the shotgun before was a lot weaker and didn't feel satisfying, and this feels a lot more fun. So it's great just having a little bit more experience, but we do take sound very seriously. It's just going to be something that we are going to have to update as we continue working on the game, right? That's our pincer, and that's his shotgun, right? So the pincer's meant to sound almost as cool as that, but a different sound, like energy. But it's something that here, the best, louder. Well, it's a very good quality sound, so we're really happy. Anywho. 25th, you'll get to play most of what's in quick play and competitive for 24 hours. On the 25th, I think we're going to start sometime in the late afternoon, maybe early evening European time. So just to give you a heads up, if you're American, that means it's going to be the morning on the Saturday. If you're Australian, it's going to be sometime Sunday morning for you, right? And then just to reiterate, after the stress test for 24 hours, whatever's broken that's ruining the game, we will fix it. And then we'll bring it back up again for another 24 hours to make sure it keeps working, okay? And then assuming everything goes well and we put in the shop, then we're basically in open beta, okay? And then you're going to have the game all the way through August. And then we're going to be doing tournaments in September. Just to kind of say and announce congratulations to, I'm going to say his name, Jake Mogo Velazquez. I don't know if you guys know Mojo, but Mojo's a longtime member of the Arena FPS scene, and he'll be joining us as esport manager in starting August, even though he's already done some work. So when you're applying for community funds for esport grassroots from the $100,000, me, Mojo, and a bunch of other people will be checking it over. And he'll also be helping organize the NA and EU test tournament series that will be happening in September, going into succession months. And then in the future, if we ever make it to a LAN tournament because of COVID, you might even, if you turn up, you might even spot Mojo potentially going backstage of a LAN event. Can't promise, but there's a huge possibility. So anyway, congratulations, Mojo, and we're really happy to have you, and I think the community will be appreciated. And also, if you want to, Mojo's running our DBT esports account on Twitter. So if you want to give it a follow, we are going to separate the accounts, DBT esports and Diabotical, but we will be obviously retweeting any major tournament things. So we'll let you know about upcoming tournaments in different regions, etc. via that Twitter account. Maybe someone knows the Twitter account and wants to link it. There we go. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Mojo. Look, Ashley's better than you at your job, Mojo. She beat you to it. Fired. Congratulations. Welcome, Ashley, as our new esport manager. It was all going so well. Anyway, do you get paid? No. Mojo barely gets paid as well, so it's okay. So I don't really think I've got much more to say. Honestly, it's just me sat here, but we've done a lot of work and the team's done great. So in 1 week, you get to play some of the stuff that we've been working on, right? It's a lot of fun. We're going to be definitely getting tournaments up in September, little dual tournaments, some team tournaments, etc. And don't worry if you're from other regions, there is support for the Australians, the South Americans, and etc. And you know, if you want to run tournaments in whatever region you are, there's you can apply, which we'll have information on the website on. And then I guess just to give anybody a heads up, if you're a streamer, we're not going to be doing Twitch drops during stress tests weekends because we kind of don't want to, you know, too much attention. We're quite shy. But we will be having a Twitch drops campaign during the open beta. And if you want a drop from your channel, you can make like something related to your brand that's 256 times 256 in size, PNG. And then if people watch you on Twitch, they can get like an avatar or something. All right. So, and it doesn't matter if you don't make it in time for open beta. We can get you in later, right? Because basically what we've got in game is there's a watch tab. So if you click here, this is League of Legends. So not a great representation of how many people are watching us. Apparently we've got 66,000 viewers watching something called LCS. There's a watch tab, and here is the reward that you can get from watching people, okay? So we're giving away avatars. So if you make an avatar that you want to give away for people watching you, you make an avatar 256 times 256 PNG. You're going to be able to send it over. We'll put it in, and that way, if Squeeze Toy, for example, who's in the chat, if she's streaming, she'll be here, and it'll be like, if you watch Squeeze Toy, you can get this reward, okay? And this goes for anybody. I don't care if you're big or small. You just need to give us something that is brand related, cannot be a picture of yourself, cannot be lewd, and should probably be stylized, right? So when I say stylized, if we go in customization, we look at some avatars. You see, these are kind of stylized. Do something that's related to your brand. That's great. And then also, as an additional reward, if you want to send us your own avatar, you can have a separate avatar than the one you give away for the community. And no, don't spend a picture of me. Well, just, you know, they can be funny. I think Spud Hunter's already sent us two. I'm not going to show them to you, but basically one of them is kind of the Spud Hunter mask, and the other one is like the Spud Hunter mask on a potato. And I think maybe the potato Spud Hunters are the ones from the community, you know, that get it. And I'm sure others will send in some more. Oh, yeah, I should mention as well, we got 2 new Duel maps coming in. For those interested in Duel, because I see Agent here who's going to want a Duel. We got a lot of Duel maps, but some of them need reworking. Fisk's House is going to get a new pass on it, and also, what's the other map? Whatever. So, one of the Duel maps, this is a good Duel, this is a Duel map, this one. What are you guys making fun of me? This one was made by Abraxas. It doesn't work unless I edit it. Edit Duel. Ilus. God damn it. Did I spell it wrong? No. Did I spell it? I did spell it wrong, right? I put the R in front of the E. Like that. Well done, chat. You figured it out. Alright. So these maps don't have a final art pass, but they're pretty close. But they're very, very good. So they're a little bit bigger than our previous Duel maps. So this way you can kind of... It has a little bit more kind of rotation on it. If you go through this teleporter, you get into the red armor room. Yay. And then down here, around this corner, you got Shaft and then Mega that you have to jump to. I think the jump back is super hard. Oh, I made it. I think most people do it from here, though. Okay, I suck. Yeah, and yellow in that room. And then pincer in the middle. And then little corridor. And it plays really well. So hopefully you enjoy this while we fix up some of the other maps. And then we're probably going to be putting in one more map, which was this was Abraxas, Stick Flip, Bubcast, Napalm. I think I want to say they all kind of worked on it. But Abraxas was the one who started the map, and then Napalm 3D has made you a map that I think is very good. I haven't played it that much. Maybe it loads, maybe it doesn't. There we go. Edit. I don't know why dual maps aren't working. 04. Alright. So, this map was done by Napalm and arted by Mangly. Mangly's from the Unreal Tournament community, and he's also helped us in the past with some 3D modeling on maps. Napalm is very creative because what he did was really just take what looks like Aero Walk and then connect it to Sinister. So that's great. But actually it's fun. So yeah, I would say it's a very heavily inspired remix, but people seem to like it. It's got great scale and flow. So we'll probably end up having this in the map pool. And Mangly, look at Mangly. He's a genius. He made our teleporters purple and sexy. Ooh. And when you come out, look, he also did like a... So yeah, and then they've kind of made a June-esque outdoors. But I think we still need to put some polish into these maps when it comes to art to bring them up to my standards, which are incredibly high. But in general, they play very well. And I think Fisk's House and Outpost Dunia are going to get a remix. And then they're going to come back into Season 1, but into the custom game. And then if they're really well received, they go into ranked play. So yeah, there you go. Don't know why the skybox is pretty not working, but who knows. Yeah, we got a lot of feedback that our dual maps were too small, basically, and I agree with the community on that. They were very CPMA size, so it's nice to kind of get more tactical, better maps. But we'll see. It's easy to fix maps. It's just we need to listen to the right feedback. I would say is sometimes the problem. Yeah, that's it really. Haven't really done anything else. We've all been very busy. And I've been very tired. Okay, cool. Yeah, Bioplan and Kabash are staying. They're just going to get a bit of polish. So that's fine. Okay, so I think I've given you enough information. The changes to dodge is you can't dodge while you're being shot at. It goes on cooldown. We had a big problem with the game being too fast and too unpredictable in combat, and we wanted to tidy that up. So dodge is only usable outside of combat now, because the design of dodge is essentially to get you speed boost on spawn. So that's what it does. Yeah, you've got to remember the game that you played was balanced around Wipeout, right? Wipeout was literally a hyper fast game mode where there was a lot of rocket jumping, and so you could have 8 directional dodge. Now it's very simple. It boosts you forward and it gets you started on your movement speed. Okay, that's all we want it to do. Like, that's all it needs to do. Okay, so it's really about just getting you places, and so it still works for new players. Yeah, dash over dodge, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. But yeah, that's like one of the changes. So we've been normalizing a lot of the weapons to make sure they work with the movement speed. So it was a lot of work, and we're still actually fixing netcode stuff. So we wanted to push the next version of netcode, but I think we're going to be focusing on the kind of predictive netcode. So we didn't get past QL right now, but the reason is we need to make sure this is really good before we can do the next, because the next incorporates everything previous, right? So we don't know what you're going to play in the closed beta. It might be the Quake Live-esque netcode, or it might just be whatever. There is no shooting cooldown on dodge now, because it's very minimal. So, and it was confusing new players. Smile Scythe, by the way, is in the channel. Everyone say hello to Smile Scythe. Smile Scythe sits in our open beta Discord, and he gives his opinion when he wants to be helpful. And when we do changes that he doesn't like, he turns up in Twitch chat when I'm doing a stream and says, our ideas are dumb. But it's not like he turns up during playtests and, you know, helps. Fucking hell, Smile Scythe. You nutter. Smile Scythe likes movement that's like kind of the same in every direction. So he doesn't like forward. I just wanted to call him out because it's funny. We love you, Smile Scythe. And I'm sure you can mod our physics, Smile Scythe, and make your own game. And race maps. And you'll be happy. Oh yeah, we also got a yeah. He also says railgun ruins duels, and the trouble is he's kind of correct most of the time, because actually railgun, if you just hit it, it stops the other player from playing when there's no combat. So yeah, so Smile Scythe, you also need to make duel maps with crossbows, and then you've solved our problems. All right, but yeah, we've toned down the pincer, kind of the railgun-esque weapon, right? So it doesn't do as much damage as Quake Free, Quake Live, etc. Because, yeah, otherwise it does stop the other player from playing. And it is infuriating. Okay. Yeah, the dodge change. I thought I was going to be bummed out as well. But I was actually a lot happier. Oh, God. The amount of situations that were so dumb, right? So I was in combat, yeah. Let's say I'm playing a TDM game, right? And I'm in combat, let's say with FaZe. You guys know FaZe? He's like a really fast player. But used to play CPM, and he's a little kid, and he's annoying, but whatever. Anyway, as annoying as you think he is, he's twice as annoying in-game. So I would be in combat here with FaZe, and then what FaZe would do is, he would just dodge that direction, backward strafe jump, and then I only had a rocket launcher, so within about a fucking second, my opponent was here. And I was just like, there's no rock, paper, scissors in combat. It's just FaZe bouncing around the map like a gummy bear. You know when the gummy bears drink the gummy juice and then they bounce? I'm from the 80s. You guys maybe aren't from the 80s. But basically, he turned into a gummy bear every time I was in combat with him, kept running away and just putting out the pincer and shooting me in the face. Okay? Wasn't fun. So we decided we balanced the game around FaZe because he's the most annoying player to play against because he's so fast and cheeky. So we were like, right, what do we do to stop FaZe from doing this? So if you don't like where the bolt is now or the dodge, it's because of FaZe. Okay? We had to tone him down because it was very unfun. So yeah, we had a small amount of testers when we did play, and we took different styles. We had like very passive players, very aggressive players, just to balance the games for you guys. But don't worry, you've got over a month easily before tournaments start, and if you can't catch those players up, you never will. So they're only about a couple of weeks ahead of you in reality, because the game was not play tested that aggressively until we knew what we wanted to do with it. So don't worry if you're going into esports and you're going to be sad face. But if you do practice, you should practice versus FaZe because he's pretty good. He's pretty stupid, but he's pretty good. Yeah, but 3v3 is great. So much fun. So I hope you have a good time. All right, I think I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, everybody, for turning up and listening to the crazy rambles. Sorry if I